Georges St-Pierre, the UFC superstar, we just saw you on stage minutes ago at the big brand launch of Under Armour here in Germany, and you said on stage you're in the best shape of your life, and you're looking good by the looks of it. And the guy on stage asked you, is there a date set for a comeback yet? And you said, well, you have to ask my manager and stuff like that. And you know, we're working for the biggest MMA outlet over here in Germany, so obviously this is the one big question that I want to ask you first. Are there any thoughts in the back of your mind of a comeback, and if so, is there a timeline set for you?
There's different reasons why I've took a break, you know, and you know, what I can say is I'm not sure. I don't know right now, you know, if I want to come back or not. I'm not sure when, if I do. So it's you know, it's still the same answer than before.
Still a big question mark there. I'm also asking because when you stepped down and said you wanted to take some time off, you said it was mainly because of the whole doping issue in the UFC, and now with the new anti-drug policy in place since a couple of weeks now, you know, your trainer Firas Zahabi, he said in an interview, this might be a catalyst for you to maybe come back. Is it, or is it something that you think is a good thing for the sport?
Yeah, of course, it's a good thing for the sport because you know, I always been, you know, talking. I always talk about it. You know, it's something that a lot of athletes are afraid to talk about, but it's a big problem, even more than in our sport than it is in other sport like cyclists or you know, racing. Because in our sport we can lose our life. You know, you can die. You can get a very serious damage. So I think it need to be checked by a very serious organization. Now the UFC made it with USADA, and it's a great news. Just sitting now because it just started in July. I want to see how things gonna turn up.
Well, the biggest part of this new policy is very harsh punishment for people who get caught, multi-year suspensions. Do you think this is the right way to do it? Do you think this can really help to clean up the sport?
Yeah, make the punishment more severe, and also the testing, the quality of the testing, the protocol of the testing better and better as well, and a higher standard. That's what it needed to be done a long time ago. But now it's a good news. You know, it's a big progress.
Well, the reason you stepped down from the sport was still a big mystery, but Zahabi, your trainer, said in the interview it was not only the whole anti-drug thing or the doping problem that made you step down for a while. It was also that you had to deal with some things in your life, and he mentioned that, you know, friends around you are getting married or getting children, maybe plans of a family are in the back of your mind, stuff like that. Is this true, and how far are you in, you know, getting a real family around you and you know, invest time in that?
Well, like every human being, I wish one day I'll meet someone and spend the last of my life with a great family and stuff. You know, that's a dream of pretty much everybody. One of the main reasons that I stopped is the drug problems, performance enhancing drug problems, was also the fact that I've been doing this sport at the elite level for a very long time. I've been champion for like 9 years, 8 years, and it's a very stressful life. You know, you have a lot of criticism, a lot of pressure, and critics, and everything put together. It hit you a lot. You know, you don't want to hear the critics sometimes, but it's still there. I'm a sensitive guy, and it still hit you. And you're never good enough and stuff, and yeah. So I needed to, for my mental health, I needed to step out and get a little bit of a social life, so to speak. And you know, it's like anything else. You know, like mixed martial art is something that I've done all my life. You know, I would never stop training, no matter what, if I come back or not.
Well, you're not only training mixed martial arts. We see videos from you regularly doing gymnastics, doing basketball, and you're looking like you're having a really good time there. in which kind of sports did you make the most progress over the last couple of months, and in which sport do you have the most fun?
In overall, pretty much everything. I've like in martial arts, the ground striking. I've made a lot of progress. The reason is I made a lot of progress is I did not train for performance. I trained for fun. I became world champion by training for fun, and then the fun became business. Business became stressful, and then you lost fun. I didn't have fun at the end. I did it because I had to, not because I wanted to. I should actually have stopped maybe one fight before or two fight before, but I couldn't. It was always constantly another guy challenging me, and carrying all this weight on my shoulder. I felt like I needed to do it instead of wanted to do it. So now the reason is I'm training for fun. So I'm trying new things and put new weapon in my arsenal. So it allowed me to progress way more than a guy that trained for performance. You always, when you look at professional athletes, you always see that youngsters normally perform like improve faster than guys that are more experienced. The reason is the youngsters they train for fun. The older people there, it's not fun anymore. They've been doing it for so long. It's pressure and it's a business. That's why I believe. And now I'm back to the fun, which is fun, which is cool, you know.